right, hello, hello. Can anyone hear me? Just want to check that the audio is all right. All right, just put it in the chat. Let me know if you guys can hear me, and if you can see the screen. Everything is all good to go. Hey, Robin, how's it going? Just setting up a few more things here. Wait until everyone is ready, and we get started with ZBrush 2019. It's pretty exciting. There we go. Just want to make sure this is very evident. This is an eye, by the way. All right, so we're gonna do something a little bit different from what I was expecting to do because I didn't know when it was gonna be released, so I couldn't plan ahead. But what I told you guys before last week is that we were gonna continue with that weird spaceman or sci-fi pirate, but of course we have 2019 and we should be talking about some of the good stuff, some of the good and new stuff that come with this new release. So hopefully you guys are into that, into exploring the new features with me, and then we can just move on next week to continue with the character. If you don't know which one I'm talking about, let me just bring it up. Just before we get started. Hang on. Alright, so this is the character that we started. We started the block out for this character last stream session, and the idea was to continue with this, which ultimately, if we have time, we can work on this a little bit with the new features. But I wanted to give you a good rundown or a good overview of the new features, how I've been using them during the beta testing, a few little tips and tricks and workflows that I found them to be quite helpful, and show you a few things that I reckon you're gonna really enjoy. Um, let's have a look. So yeah, so this is what we're gonna do next week. By the way, the schedule has changed. I'm just gonna get all of this admin stuff out of the way. Let me see. So the schedule has changed for me, and if you go to, you have to go to presenters in this case. Scroll down. Hang on. There we go. So next week would be Thursday for most of you guys. For me, would be Friday morning. So yeah, March 21, 22nd, and March 28, 29th. So it's not gonna be on Monday for most of you guys. Would be next week will be Thursday and Friday for me. Just so you know, in case you are expected to see me on Monday, we just changed the schedule a little bit. All right, so I think we're good to go. Hi everyone, let me just check the chat. Loud and clear, great to hear. Perfect. Alrighty. So I have no idea which feature to show you first. So I'm just gonna start showing you some of the stuff that I did and try to breaking them down for you guys and see if some questions, you know, if in the hope that these might spark some questions in the chat, and then I can just take it from there. By the way, this stream is gonna be rather short. I'm gonna try to finish it right on the dot on 11 o'clock, so we have about an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe, because again my schedule changed and I just made a mess. So I thought I was gonna do it today, but in reality it was not next, this week on Friday. So Kyle managed to squeeze me in between a couple of other presenters. So let's just get straight to the point. All right, so I'm gonna start with the awesome new Spotlight 2.0 or Snapshot 3D or yeah, Snapshot 3D. They're essentially very similar ideas or very similar concepts. So I'm gonna try to explain the difference of the two and how to approach them. So here I have a little gun, nothing too crazy, just something I put together during the testing, and it's actually pretty messed up. I mean, I wouldn't even try to do Siri measure on this one because, I mean, I really didn't spend any time making sure that this was aligned properly. There's a lot of coplanar edges. So if I select, for example, the trigger, go into solo mode, you'll see it is completely messed up. So it's nothing. I mean, this side is alright. I could just mirror and well, but this is what I mean. So it's not great, and because I was just testing the features, I really didn't spend too much time cleaning this up. And again, the whole point that I'm trying to make is that this entire little gun, 100%, was created with the Snapshot 3D, except obviously these little bolts. So all the bolts and screws and all that, that is just the standard IMM brush. I'm sure you can recognize that. But aside from that, everything else was created with the Snapshot 3D. All the all these little slightly complicated alphas and the magazine and all that, everything was created with the Snapshot 3D. So hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about. If not, I'm still gonna show you the entire process. But I just wanted to show you something. Again, is as a model is not great, but from the distance it looks like a polished little piece of geometry. And I just wanted to show you the amount of details that you can get and how complex you can create stuff straight from 2D alphas, which is what Snapshot 3D does, right? So let me just show you. Here's the original model or the original set of booleans that I created for this gun. So if I go into booleans, you'll be able to see the version. So it has hang on a second. This is getting slow. I'm afraid this is gonna crash on me. There's a lot of pieces and they're using booleans and smooth subdivision. So hang on a second. All right, I don't know what happened there, but yeah, I just wanted to show you these so that you can maybe identify some of the shapes that I used to create this. And what I'm gonna do is actually bring in the texture, go to Lightbox, and I use the one that Pixologic created because it's the one that's not what I'm looking for. Hang on a second. Spotlight. This one, this 512 hard surfaces, and this is the one that we managed to play with during the beta. This is the one that ZBrush put together, but hopefully you can see some of these surfaces, some of these alphas coming through. So for instance, you have this one right here, is this one, right? And it's creating that sort of edge here. There is a bunch of these one, I'm sure you can recognize them. I took this circular one and extrude them from the center to create this more of a cylinder, I guess, cylinder type. And there's another one here. So this one right here is this one again, but with a little bit of editing, but the rest is just all in here. So I'm going to show you how to approach this and how I utilize this feature because it's absolutely fantastic. And a bunch of extra little tips and tricks that I found along the way that are probably not as obvious as the rest of the features. So just wanted to show you these. And if you guys have questions, please do ask me. This is the whole purpose of this session today. That if you have any questions, if you have found something interesting as well that you want to share, maybe we can take a look at that. All right, so I'm gonna check the chat before we continue. Hey everyone, Polygon 3D. What's up? What's up, man? Loving the new website setup. Well done. Thank you so much. Yeah, ZBrushGuides.com. You're referring to ZBrush Guides. Thank you so much. By the way, there is a new link at the top in the header of the main menu that will link to the ZBrush Live. So if you for some reason want to check the schedule for my sessions, you can go and do it over there. Hey Doggy, for your information, your volume level seems a little low. Could it be on my side? It might. I think I can just crank it up a little bit. Let me know. Hello? Hello? This is a little bit louder. Hello? Is that better? Hopefully this is good enough. Carlos Morales. Awesome, this will be very lovely to work with the new ZBrush 2019 features. Hi everyone. Alright. Some of your alphas we can see because they're behind. Yeah, that's right. Sorry about that. And they're actually thanks for pointing that out. I'm just gonna put them in here and do this again. I totally forgot about that. Anyway, now I was just pointing out, I'm gonna do it really quickly. So this one, oops, this one would be this type of shape. So it's the circular one I just extruded to create these oval shapes. This one right here will be the same as this one, obviously with some tweaks and stuff like that. But that's what I wanted to show. So yes, louder, great, perfect. So yes, louder as in it is too loud or is fine? Because I just increased it to the maximum here in the broadcast software thingy. So hopefully it's better. Let's go ahead and get started because we haven't done anything. So like I said, I'm gonna start showing you some of these features, some of the tricks and stuff. And if you have any questions, put it in the chat and we can. I'm happy to. There's not a specific thing that we're gonna be doing today, so we can branch out and I can show you different things. So the main features that I want to show you are these Snapshot 3D or Spotlight 2.0 and the good old NPR filters, which I have a series of images here. I'm gonna give you a quick sneak peek and then I'll show you the rest. So all of these ones, this is an illustration that I did. This is a render straight from ZBrush using the renders, nothing else, the NPR filters. Let's see. We have these, I came up with this more brushy stroke effect and I try to replicate kind of like this Starry Night of Van Gogh. So this is like my filter for Van Gogh stuff. I'm going to show you all of this stuff. This is more like pixel art, I guess. This is super rough. You have no idea how rough this sketch looks like in the geometry itself. And I just throw like a few polypaint layers and render it with this filter, so it looks kind of like this pixel art. Then this one, it doesn't look as good, but it's more complex in terms of the different things that come into play, like this sort of crackly paint. So this is trying to replicate some of the old master stuff. This is kind of like an impressionist painting with very bright colors, brushy strokes, and I will show you again some of these ones. This is another filter that I try to replicate more like with the Monet style. You have all the shadows with these bright blues and purples that are very particular of him and this color palette. So I try to replicate that as well. This one is more like the Goya artwork, very dark, and I did that based on this kind of like creature that I wanted to recreate with this oil painting style that was very dark. So that's another style, and these are all NPR filters or non-photorealistic filters from ZBrush with no retouching or anything. This is straight from ZBrush. This is something else that I did that I would like to show you if I have time, which are just a series of more, I guess you could say, scientific illustration, although this is not scientifically accurate or anything. It's just a bug that I made up. But my point with this image is that you can have, in this case, 5 different styles or 5 different line artworks. So you see this line artwork is very different from this one, but it's exactly the same filter. So I set up this filter to to try to take advantage of the material properties. So in other words, you have the same NPR filters, but as you change the material, it just takes into account the different shading and the variation in the intensity and the color of the underlying material. So with the same NPR filter, just changing materials, you get all of this. So I think this one is the Skin Shade 4. This one is the Madcap Gray. This is one of the ones that have reflections. I can't remember which one. This is can't remember which one is this one, and this one is another one with reflection. So you have 5 different styles of 5 different type of line artwork, just changing the materials. This is another edit again, like based on that NPR filter